Hello, hello. Okay, let me just turn this on. Okay. One minute now. Hey, this is some spicy price action right now. Basically, ES took the buy side, NQ did not. Oh, I'm just completely selling off now. Yeah. Let's just see if we get some good setups going on. Okay. So, I'm gonna break down go on the 4 hour first. We dipped into this 4 hour FG here, which we trace and move higher, nearly taking the buy side of that high. You just did that. You just did tap back in here. So we're kind of stuck in this range in this 4 hour. On the hourly, this is where, let's see, we did get tap back into hourly here. Just a lot of range bound here. We're at the upper side of the range, so if I kind of do like a premium discount, just say from the high to this low here, kind of going to use that as a reference point. There we go. The 15-minute we did retrace to this, the first immediate 15-minute FEG. We're looking to close under an ES and Q's holding above right now. On the 5-minute, this is something more interesting to see here. We can see Asia has tight consolidation. London sweeps the high of Asia. London sweeps the low of Asia. When it does this, we know that's destroy price action. So what happens? We have equal highs on London here, and we sweep the low approaching the New York time, and then New York really trip higher. And if this was still seeking destroy price action, we can just mark this out. And then we'll be going for the downside now if they're going by the book here. It's pretty interesting price action. But good morning, everyone. Why did the 927 breaker didn't work? I took the loss on that. Let's take a look. It's a good call here. Okay, 927. It looks like this is a breaker here. If you're looking at these two down close candle, we did have strong displacement, but the displacement really pushed much through it. So like we went through like a 80-point drop on like a 10-point breaker. So this is already like there's a point where if the move moves way too far from the breaker already on the low time frame, we're not taking that trade anymore because the move already happened. We already took these equal lows here. So there's no reason to take the trade again. That's something I would not take this trade here. Had it went like something like this and still left this equal lows and come back up, that could be something more acceptable. But like, what happens if you took all this liquidity already and if it just wants to do a quick sweep before moving higher? ES looks better though. Yeah, I agree. ES looks better because when we went down here, we were traced back up inside this breaker here. We didn't really take any of these lows. That's why this worked much better. So if you looked at a short at like 71, stop at 5 days, 3-point stop, this would have played out in your favor there. Okay. I'm still gonna keep the bias neutral because we're just range bound. For higher time frame. Intraday, right now it looks like we're starting. We're technically bullish, but we could flip, and then low time frame just bearish. Based on the 10 a.m. close, I'm likely gonna flip to bearish. What I have on the top right is just a bias indicator. That I write. Okay. Cool. So something looks like we might be curling up here. This was giving. But if this fails, we're gonna really approach the next low. Okay. We didn't really make any significant low on the way back up. So we've just been grinding up, and then there's some resistance, but still grinding up. So if it could really snap through, we're gonna just propel back down. Looks like ES really took a strong sell there. All right, so we got the 10 a.m. close coming up here. I don't think there's too many good setups. It's very decoupled here because we have NQ just tapping the hourly, ES smashing through it. Same thing with 15-minute here. It's smashing through it while NQ's moving up. So right now, it's very decoupled here. So we want to just be careful and not get played too much in the chop. $9.35 could be considered a breaker. Let me see. 9.35. What is this? Are you looking at this bearish breaker as like the 9.34 candle? Because I don't think I see anything in 9.35. If you're looking at this down close candle, you could see this as a breaker, but we didn't sweep this high, so that wouldn't work. On your chart, took the high. Maybe you're in micros or something, because we were like 2 points away from the high. That's not a breaker for me. That's more of a mitigation then. Do you see buys anywhere? After I took out that high, I don't think I'm interested in buys if it's seeking short price action. If we can start turning, that's something I'm more likely to buy. But ES still looks like it wants to sell here. ES is at midnight open though. Typically, if you're looking for longs, you want to buy under the midnight open. So that's something. Either ES drags down NQ or NQ drags ES back up. Kind of essentially how I'm looking at things here. Yeah, but we do have SMT there, higher time frame SMT, just because we didn't take all the buy side NQ. This does look like it's coming up. There's not many good setups I can really say to join in though. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be very tough. I think if I traded the open price here, maybe we could have saw the SMT in the 940 area. Could have took an entry off that, maybe off inversion. I have no idea. This is definitely tough price action because you just don't want to get chopped up, right? Unless you do, I don't know. Let me just connect my account here, and then we'll be ready to go. Do we put music on or do we keep it silent? Okay, let me just try that, connect that now. Okay, yesterday we had a good setup. Maybe today we can wait for a good setup too. Would like to see displacement out of this 15-minute 15-minute. Yeah, AQ really need to do a displacement through it. Just keep this in mind. If we're just kind of they're marking the high up here, mark the low. I kind of moved it a little bit, somewhat down to this low here. We're in that premium of the range right now. Unless it really wants to push that high, which ES did already. We're at the premium of the range, and if we're just continuous chopping and back and forth, the moment we see it turning, we're gonna look to be on the reverse side. Yeah, SMT's everywhere, but like when it's this decoupled, it's very tough. It's not kind of like an SMT that you could really trade off. Typically, the SMT that we like to signal off of is if, like, let's say NQ took the high, ES did not take the high, and then it reverses. SMT, like, giving that to that reversal. But in this case, it's like ES is just consolidating and NQ does a pop up. Or ES sells off and NQ just holding price. That's not the SMT that I trade. This is more like decoupled SMT. Or they're all doing its own thing. And they're not working together. So it does get messy, for sure. I think we're giving away my for the future account today. That or elite. I guess it doesn't matter because I have many accounts to give away. We can do 2 giveaways today. Let's do 1, and if we get a good trade today, we'll do 2. That sounds good because there's gonna be some days where we're gonna do 2 this week. And I guess it'll be up to the winner if they want a Apex account, my Fun Futures account, or a elite account. Either one. Don't mind. Once again, still decoupled here. You could see this as SMT again, but it's SMT everywhere essentially, just because we're not moving in a couple market, so it doesn't really give you much to go by, I have to say. And it looks like we're gonna sell off. I do favor the downside just because we're in 60 short right now though, but I don't think I'll have a good. That could be a sweep too there. Let's see. Yeah, if we get through a 15-minute closure, a third bearish candle, that's going to be very demanding for lower prices. Interesting. So yeah, we did sweep this low. If we want to stop the move up, we're looking for this to be our breaker. If it's a small candle, we can use a consecutive candle of it. Say something like this here. It looks really, really messy. But if I just use a consecutive candle there, maybe that looks better. We just want this overall area to hold if we want to break that seek and destroy there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're still this hourly here. What is interesting is, yeah, NQ could dip back to this hourly, and then it could just like figure if it wants to come back up. If this is just retrace, and the same thing, ES could just go back to this inversion and see if it wants to go back down or up. It's just gonna be very, very difficult when this decoupled. But it do look like it's just moving lower from here though. Just going with the trend here. Yeah, this is a breaker here too. We got a closure below, but I still don't feel confident taking any trades right now. It's pretty low probability here. All right, yeah, let's turn on some tunes here before. Actually, a vibe a bit. All right, hopefully that's not too loud. The volume's perfect. Okay, I gotta remember that. Halfway. This breaker could hold here. I'm not too confident in any setups yet. Good morning, everyone. Let's get the show on the road. Looks like a market sell model. It does. But it's very decoupled here. I need a more clean setup. And it's kind of stalling out in a way. I could definitely see a reversal down here though. That's what I'm kind of wary of. But this breaker's holding right now. I'll look for longs if we can just smash through this breaker. But otherwise, we're gonna just be staying short bias. But yeah, do tell me any setups you're looking at. This is gonna be important for us to see everything. Keep in mind, this is the day before CPI, so if things get really wonky, you know why. Still rejecting off that breaker there. It just might be a no trade type of day if I don't see anything. MMX Twitter model says short. Can you explain the Twitter model or elaborate on that? I have no idea what the Twitter model is, but I am very open to things. Hi Brian, how did you go day to day when trading demo? Were you ever like, I want to make actual? Yeah, I think demo is very hard to accept as reality. Like, it's more like I trade demo early on just to get used to the platform, play the model for fun for like forward testing for a bit. But I think the best thing you can do is just start an eval or fund it and just grow that up, practicing. So like the funded is cheaper on that side. You can just get a 50K funded and just do micros, whatever. That's your skin in the game. Treat that as your like practice demo account. But like it has some benefits in, as in like if you do well, you reap some of the rewards too. That makes it more realistic. I won your giveaway account and I need 400 more for my first payout ever. Holy crap! What's the account again? Did you take ETF, My Fund Future, or Apex? And what's your balance at? Hope we're rooting for you, man. I actually requested 3,000 from TopStep yesterday. TopStep has just given me like weekly payouts essentially. Or not weekly, it could be just bi-weekly, let's say, because I don't really trade every single day. Let me just see. Yep, they already took the payout, looks like, and they gave a payout there. Yep. Cool. We're pushing a little bit. So this gray box here, this is a indicator that shows fractal consolidation. You see, it's breaking out that consolidation. You can see it here too. It only is apparent when it's very clear. So I've been trying two indicators, essentially. Testing by 2 degrees and his team. I'm trying the fractal consolidation, and I'm trying the high time frame candles here, which is the what is it called? The point of the PO3 Pro Plus. I'm just trying those two right now. And then if I like it, I'll definitely share it to you guys where you guys can get like maybe a discount or whatever on it. Can you speak up? I think you might need to turn your volume up because I don't know. I don't want to yell through the mic. 50K Apex. So yeah, I think you're like what, 52 100 or something, or 52 200. I really hope you get that payout, man. So yeah, we moved away from this breaker. We have a 3 drive here, and we're starting to break through that consolidation. The 15-minute, we did get a little bit closure under, but that's just a few points at the moment. This hourly here is telling here too. Just a quick tap back inside of the CE of the gap and try to move higher. If ES can really move past this hourly FAG, which is only like 2 points, this is very, very bullish here. We need a close above though, so we're probably going to look at a closure on the 15-minute instead. I would much appreciate it if EdQ just took this high and took that buy side. I'll be so confident on the downside, but I can't do that yet. Brian, any idea why the 50K Apex is more popular than the 25K? What is a 25K like? I have no idea. That's a good question. Let me just take a look. The 25K is 1,500 gold, 1,500 drawdown. I mean, they're very similar, the 50K and the 25K. It's nearly 1-to-1. I got too late when it was 9% and it's recurring. I gambled with you last month on FMC, I believe. Did it work out? Yeah, so this pink line is the midnight open. If we're really bullish, we would try to get under midnight open, and then there will be that buy opportunity. So we're gonna see if that is in play. But we're in chop right now. I have nothing clear that I want to take at all. This looks kind of nasty with the downside. If this rejects here. We kind of just like went inside the 5-minute here. Moving lower. ES did go back into this inversion here too. So things are getting very, very interesting in price here. Just this chop is hindering longs. Yeah, I think mindset driven or rage harder. I think he's talking about ETF. My fund of futures have it. They more focus on activation fee than sales, which is I like that more because activation fee is overlooked sometimes. You could get like 99% off one account, but if it's like a $150 activation fee, your all-in cost is that $150. How much value do you place on the 950 1010 window? If things are aligning and market conditions are proper, that time marker was pretty important to me. But other than that, like, if it's just very choppy and we're just we're getting poor price action, you're not going to expect a time macro to perform as well. And we're also the day before CPI as well. My voice is low. I'm like hitting pretty high here. I have no idea. I don't know if I can turn it higher. I'll try to restart my mic then. Let's try this. Hello? Hello? Maybe that's better. I will get a new mic then. I think the mic is the only thing I haven't improved yet. But I have no idea why it's slow. We can turn the volume down, the mic down, or the music down a little bit though. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we smash to this 1 minute here. This is what this be kind of telling here. Do you stream every day? We try to stream every day. I think we only missed 1 day so far for the last like 40 days. Here, let me see if I can just upgrade the volume even more then. Wow, okay. We rejected off this. This is still pretty choppy. I don't think anything's clear yet.
What's up, guys? In this tutorial,
Let's see.
make sure to increase this
I'm trying to see if I can. Let me see if I can increase the volume through this. Does that help? I did something. I don't know if that helps. Besides midnight price, what others do you watch? 8:30. 8:30 is only when news is happening for me. Besides that, I don't really pay attention too much on it. It sounds clear. Okay. Thank God. Okay, let's get ready to work. Still very choppy. I don't think there was any setups at all. We did retrace in 5 minute here, but it's still pretty unclear. Okay, we're selling off a little bit there. Damn. Was there entry off of anywhere that I could have taken? I mean, we did sweep this high, break out the consolidation, and then moving lower. But was there any clear lower entry? Okay. Yeah, it might just be no trade today for me at this rate, unless I see something more clear. But anyways, we're going back from premium to the underneath the equilibrium, which is the discount area now. We'll see if it wants to take all this low. And just look at the 5 minute though, we can see very clear seek and destroy price action now. This is the next low it's going to trace after. Most likely ES first, just because ES is already heading there. Let's make close down there. I would definitely love an entry to target this low, and we're very close already. What is going on? That's the low there. Smash through it. Let's do a premium or a manipulation leg from the high. See if we project already. We already moved snap through it. Let's see on NQ. Just gonna take it from this high here all the way to that low. Close to it. Yeah, so ES completed the seek and destroy. It could definitely move lower, but we already completed it. NQ did. Still at SMT. Could get a reversal off of this. for sure. Let's see. Doesn't look like it has interest of doing that. You guys loving this price section, or what's the deal? That's a -4% innovation projection target. That doesn't mean it's gonna automatically reverse there. We're just looking at a full cycle. We're already approaching that second low here. And we smashed through it. Wow, that was very quick. Damn. Holy crap, man. Would love to take shorts above here, of course. I was considering that this morning. I was like, what if I just hold shorts with like a swing, basically, to take the next low, basically just do like a 30-40 point stop. Because this would be like a 100+ point move. Crazy, but it's absurd. It's absurd for sure. Like, holy crap, man. A little shell shocked in a way. I just have no idea what to do. Didn't get any decent entry models. We did get a sweep here. You could look at this as a soup entry, if anything. But if anyone got that short, like, good job, I guess. You guys ate. It could be the bottom, but like, notice how when we did the 6 short on the top side, it's kind of like floating around, where we can't just expect like this is the bottom already. Did we take the lows on ES? Yeah, we took the. Essentially, ES is taking the highs and the lows of this range cup here that we had for the last 3-4 days, I think, from Friday. Was that from Friday? Yeah. So it's Tuesday now. We've just been range bound here, and ES kind of took both sides. Still moving lower. If ES can basically climb back up the sell side, that means like you're more looking to a reverse back maybe to the equilibrium, but until then, it's very unclear. I'm not trading this price action right now, just because I don't feel too safe in this price action. But hey, if we can just like inverse something on the 1 minute here, we could show and move back up. Not on the 5 minute, not on the higher time. It's gotta be in the 1 minute here. It's just because it's so tight on the downside here already. I think now that we took both sides, it should just look to chop within the range. Most ideal situation there. Let me move this over a little bit. Let me move this over a little bit. There we go. Hot diggly dog. Let me read the chat. Just close the short. Well done, man. Only got 14 points. Damn. The price action entry can only be found in 15-30 second. Took $1,000 and lost showing just before the top. Kill me now. It's tough. I'm trying to stay hands off until I see something clear. Yesterday was the clearest setup we could have ever done in a while. And if it delivers something like that, it would have been awesome. But what was the concept behind the 3 drive? There's nothing behind it too much. It's like kind of a 2-step phase. We're looking for basically like we're gonna make a. Well, let me just kind of draw this out. This is kind of fun to do. If we make a low here, we're kind of returning back up. This high is gonna be protected. We're making another low. We're gonna protect this high here. Make another low. Protect this high. And then typically what happens on the 3rd low, what we want to see happen is closing past this previous high, past this first low. And what we can see is a reversal structure inside of a breaker pattern too. So a 3 drive, 3 jabs lower, and it fails to continue making lower. That's the first shift in structure there. And we get that breaker pattern essentially. And what we want to see on this move up, we want to see a strong displacement through it, and that makes a high quality breaker inside of a 3 drive pattern. So for this to work, we would have to we already did most of it. We had a low. It should have been up here, but just think of it like this. What we need to do was make a move higher and then retrace back down. That'll be our entry. But 3 drive is useless if it doesn't make that higher high on that move up. So if this closed higher, that would have been more executable. Okay. Rich the Bull is a fortune teller. Did he say something? I've seen Rich the Bull work. He's great. I haven't. What did he say? Did he say something? And there's more sell off there. Another short from 270 hits. It looks like you were shy by like 4 points. Looks like it's a former 30-second unicorn. Should I be dropping out on a lower time frame for today? I have no idea, man. I'm just gonna use the projection target on the 5-minute from the high to actually the low on the 5-minute. It's kind of what it shows here. Just kind of stuck in what to do here. Nothing's very clear to me. I'm hoping I get some clear price action soon, though. But I don't know. What was today? Tuesday? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow's CPI in the morning. FMC in the afternoon. FMC minutes at that. So it's not as crazy as the big FMC. I think we stay here to 10:50. Is there something that happens at 10:50? Or is it just like the macro time for you? If I'm looking at the projection target from this high all the way down to the whole leg down on the 5-minute, because time is fractal, this is where the -4 projection and -2.5 is. That's just to show we still need a more reversal pattern moving up, and it needs to shift upwards. So far, we're not doing any of that. Pretty disappointing there. Yeah, on the 5-minute, I showed that to WinRider. This already stopped liquidity here. There's two things that could happen here. If we get closure above this FEG, I could definitely see this like just keep on moving higher. That could be an entry itself, and then it could move up higher to here where there's a breaker pattern. That's that 1-minute breaker after taking out a strong liquidity level. For this to work, we need a closure above this 1-minute FEG first. That becomes an inversion into the breaker probability. It doesn't have to do that now. If you just keep on chopping around first. Typically what happens too, it really makes you play both sides here, and before it does a reversal, they'll trick you to make it look like it's gonna head lower. That's what it looks like to me right now. Lots of people might be short in this price action. You think though? Yeah, this is rough. I would really love to capture some moves, but just don't see anything. But we'll do the giveaway nevertheless. If you switch to 15-minute, it shows a big breaker. Yeah, you're looking at this breaker here. We can just use the big down close candle for this case. Holy crap, we're selling off so hard. We're actually selling off so hard. What are you down? We're not even down 1% yet on the day. Just guys, just don't catch a knife if it's not clear, or there's no like. Don't catch a knife blind. That's the first off, and don't catch a knife too early too, especially when we having the straw of a sell off. Freaking died here. Just seeing, like, there's not much we can really get to. This has just been slow grind up. We have 20 level here, but on the way up was very stagnant. It's just slow grinding. So we really only have this as our low. approaching the -4 average projection target on the 5-minute now too. I wonder if anyone's trying to long this after it takes out that low, just because it's seeking short. They think like it's gonna come back up like it always do. So like they're probably thinking like, okay, let's buy here, sell here. It's working, and then the moment it doesn't work, you're getting killed. Can you explain the power of three in simple terms? It's similar to a model where you're looking at accumulation. You're looking for a big manipulation, and followed by the manipulation, you're trying to get confirmation to see it distribute the other side. So in the case of, let's just look at this as the whole accumulating, or let's just see. Looking at this as our whole accumulating here, we can see like we had a manipulation run up, a very tiny manipulation. It very varies based on the move, but this is a tiny manipulation. It could be like much bigger, but this is what it was. And then now we get like big distribution past that accumulation, the reverse side. So typically what you want to spot is try to look for the accumulation along with the manipulation, and then you could play the distribution, or you can anticipate that it's going to manipulate and play that. It could be a super style. I really look for confirmation when I do this. But let's see. Okay. Oh, hold up. We're getting some movement. Baby. I would hate to long early, but let's just see what happens here. Just notice how we have two large 15-minute bearish candles here. We're not gonna really be aggressive longs until we start printing green candles and show willingness to move back up. Let's see the 3-minute here. 2-minute. 2-minute. But yes, I wonder what they're setting up for CPI now. Let me just make sure I'm connected, just in case we get trade soon here. Oh, Eric, they might be more explaining like it could be like quarterly theory, which goes in depth, like more of advanced theory. I try to limit myself in all these new concepts. I definitely want to take a look at them if it's valid, because you could just kind of filter through it. You just try many things, and then you can see if it's bullshit or if it doesn't really is not that beneficial. But it seems like a lot of people definitely respect the quarterly theory. That's what it might be looking into. So that's a whole separate theory, essentially. We get a quick sweep here. We're gonna reverse here. We're gonna build that bullish breaker. I'm more interested in more of a low risk entry model today. Have you considered? I think DTFX is Dave's Trades Forex. I definitely looked into the videos that he posted. I liked it. It's very similar to, in a way, it's like kind of similar to breakers, I guess. In like a small part of it, where like you come to the same conclusion, which is nice, and that makes me interested because any refinement I could add to it, I'm open to. But he has more in depth into like multiple entry models, which is great. When is your mentorship leaked? God damn, all these mentorship is leaked. I mean, like, is mentorship really something that you guys would learn from? I guess like it is, the objective is to learn from them, but I don't know. It's just not something like, because there could be the leak and thousands of people would see your mentorship for free, and it's not gonna change anything. You still need to learn from it. You still need to test it. You still need to probably forward test it and learn from the creator itself and see it live trades too. I mean, that's the easiest way to learn too. Like, if you're like learning a completely new model or whatever, you want to see the person live trade it. Once again, another gap. Let's see if this gets turned here. I believe in mentorships, not courses. Is there a difference? Or I guess mentorship might be like a course and like more hands-on stuff. Did you guys see the My Footer Futures deal? They shared a graphic with me, which is pretty good. I actually like the deal. This is what it shows here, basically. April Frenzy. It lasts till the whole April, essentially. Works on the starter plan. You basically get the activation fee is the one that changes, but it's a standard price for all accounts. So in this aspect, the 150k is actually appropriate, and the 50k is also appropriate. You know, on Top Step, like you pay $50, the activation fee is fixed for all of them. At least in this case, you have the advantage of having the eval cost only for $50. I actually like this, so like I'm encouraging likely the $50 50k one or the 150k, but all of them are valid when you have this setup here, which is nice. I actually like the setup. I would probably encourage more 150k or the 50k though. It's based on your preference. If you don't mind a tighter scaling, then go for the 50k. It's just because it's cheaper. It's $100 all-in cost. If you run that in Top Step, that'd be $50 plus 150. That's $200 all-in cost, and we're not gonna like. You could also make the claim of getting a payout bonus. Same thing with the 150k. If you pass it, that'd be $200 all-in cost. That's pretty cheap though. I actually like that pricing and I like that style. I hope that is like more standardized, instead of like a limited time giveaway. ES did a closure up inside this one FEG here, but did not show any results from it. Yeah, it's lifetime. It's not monthly. With starters, are there a minimum amount of days one has to trade to request payouts? So that's the thing. All you need is 14 calendar days. So that's just 2 weeks essentially. And what they require you to do for funding accounts, you have to trade at least one time every week. So like, let's just say the bare minimum is 2 trades. One trade week 1, second trade week 2, and then you can get the payout, which is nice. How long do you normally stream? We stream for 2 hours, so when it hits noon, that's when I'm out. I'm trying to really hammer in, like, if there's no clear trade setup, I'm trying to not touch anything whatsoever. Even though, like, it looks decent, I need some, like, really good A+ setup type of trade that I want to share with you guys. Just like yesterday. Yesterday was very good. We had the breaker. We swept a high time from liquidity, and then we had a clean SMT. We had, like, the quickest TP ever. Of course, it went like 100 points down below our entry, like very quickly, but I already hit my my goal of the day using 3 minis. 3 minis are pretty tight in my standard. I know some people do trade much more sizing, but it was like 30 points basically in like 2 minutes, which I got like 2 RR from it. Yeah, Adith, if you adapt to the price action, like this is gonna be very good because you can just keep on selling every move up. We're just moving lower. I think we're about to hit the -4 projection here. I think a lot of people are looking at this here, but there after that we don't really have much. We have the sell side here, which from the move up we made a low and there's slow grind all the way up, and then we had that manipulation. Or this is more accumulation on NQ, which makes it possible for this to be the manipulation run. Maybe CPI can distribute upwards. What does the giveaway contain? It's just like a free count. I guess you guys have choices now. You guys can pick from ETF, My Fund Futures, or Apex. And we do one giveaway a day. And just like who's that guy? I think not Abe was the one who said it today. He got a giveaway count like a week ago or however long ago, and he's $400 from getting a payout from it, from an Apex account. So that's the goal. Like we're gonna try to give you guys free accounts. There's gonna be one winner every day. There's 200 viewers, but not all 200 people are actively doing the giveaway. So you have more chances for it, which is nice. You basically have 1% each day if we do one giveaway. And we already did like about 40 streams and most likely 30, 40 giveaways already. So probably 20% of you guys watching got a giveaway account. And I hope we can get some payouts from it. And along with that, like it's just that like the stream's not just for giveaways. We're also giving some trades too. Like yesterday, we had a banger of a trade. Finally, I'm just hoping we get something similar right now too. So only downside here, we don't have any liquidity sweep that we can look at. The last liquidity sweep that we did was literally 60 points above. What time is the giveaway? It's gonna be probably in 20 minutes. It's like kind of mid giveaway. Kingdom Wonder. How much your commission from Apex I bought? Like XXX. Yeah, I much appreciate that, man. It's easier to short the trend than buy the trend. Some people are like that. I think in a way I'm kind of conditioned like that too. Like I really feel comfortable shorting the market when instead of longing, but that's statistically you have the long advantage. These stocks just gonna keep on going up. All right, let's see the 15-minute. What are we doing? What are we in the last Tuesday breaker? I am anticipating somewhat of a setup coming up here. This will be a nice breaker model. If we can just displace through this high, we'll also make that inversion too. So it's like a double confluence there too, and then retrace back to the inversion, retrace back to the last candle close here. I am gonna take a bathroom break. Hopefully it doesn't do anything. This is typically the setup that I'll go for though. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Let's see if we can do something here. So we have the inversion if we get closure. Why does it always happen when I'm about to do breaker pattern there? Well, I'm just gonna take I'm gonna mark at both and see which one is more suitable. So we do have a nice BPR inside of this inversion here. You want to look for entries there, and I'm also gonna do like more of a OT entries too. Just make sure I'm in discount to mitigate my risks. Did we get SMT though? No, we didn't. So we did that inversion from that closure. I mean, it's a clean breaker setup for sure. I want it back into this BPR though. That'd be perfect. And it'll be the last down close candle too. And if you enter here, stop is just going to be under that breaker. 10-point stop. Don't go piss during a macro. Like, I don't want to need to be uncomfortable when I'm about to take a trade. That's the worst thing I want to do. Or the last thing I want to do. You're kind of looking at something like this here. I'll just do 2. I feel a little here. Let me just do 2, but I'm gonna spread that out like kind of like 1 point out, so I can get like 2 point. I'll just get like 89 average, and then I'll just put a hard stop under. Website is much cleaner than Apex. Oh, my fun feature. Yeah. Apex is pretty archaic. They did a remodel recently too. Would you ever recommend going for 300k evals? So the reason why I don't really tell people to go 300k because it's hard to pass. First of all, the PT to drawdown ratio is pretty atrocious. So there's that, and then kind of once you get past the drawdown for any type of accounts, they work the same thing. So even like a 25k account, once you get past the drawdown, it's like a normal account now. That you can do whatever you want with. I don't like how we have SMT from here. Looks disgusting. I'll just mark it here. So basically, you can kind of see here on the 15-minute of the higher time frame candles, we gotta retrace back into this 15-minute here. It's something you don't love to see because you want to see that after you fill. Best time frame for scalping. I think the 1 minute is the best time frame to scalp. To be honest, if you want to scalp in a more appropriate manner, like without like getting stopped out, if that's a problem for you, definitely go for the 5 minute. The 5 minute is pretty tamed, I would say. If we make another high, I'm probably just gonna wait for this shit setup. I don't want to play games with this. Nearly got a nice entry. We have this macro time here right now. The 11 macro. You could just play off this inversion too. You gotta close higher. It's not that clean though. I don't know if there was like different time frame that we could look at. That's cleaner. Why don't you mark the bottom candles wick for the breaker? When I'm doing consecutive candles already, we could already look at this as the breaker, but I really typically only look at the open the candle and upwards. Anytime like the candle or we get price action under the wicks of the breaker, if this is a bullish breaker and we go the wicks under it, it's not a good sign already. You could kind of backtest that too. But like for most people, they use the last candle, so this is already like the max they would go for, and they'll probably put their stop at this low here, which I don't think that's appropriate on the 1 minute. Maybe in the 5 minute it's more appropriate, but this is my wiggle room already. That extra like few points to put at a close. That's how I play the breakers. I'm not too much of a big fan of this trade anymore. I would need more confirmation. It would likely still work just because it's tight risk. But I'll probably just do 1 minute instead of anything. Are you gonna trade FMC tomorrow? Should I trade morning or afternoon tomorrow? I don't know. What's this indicator? This is PO3 Pro. It's from 2 degrees. Just let me kind of like try this out for like another week, and then I'll give you guys like a free trial or whatever, or if I'm allowed to, or like a discount code or something to the indicators, because I'm testing it from a dev. Are you YOLOing any 50K accounts? I still have, you know, like I think some top step accounts. I still have some Apex accounts to finish off. I'm just gonna finish off those accounts. Yeah. We can try to do the giveaway in a second if there's no trade coming. Yeah, so something we're going to be looking for is to see a reaction inside this breaker here. We're heading towards it. If we look at more of a seek and destroy price action, now we're back into the range. So what we typically want to run to, if this is the move back in, we want to see it move to equilibrium and back to the high end. Too bad we didn't catch any longs though. Had we looked at this breaker instead, we could have got something. It's like a very tight retrace inside this candle. That is most likely the cause of not getting a fill here. I didn't really expect price to move past this high though. I thought I was gonna do a closure here and then retrace enter. Okay, let me just close this right now so I don't forget. We need to get some mods in here so they can answer simple or not simple questions, but the questions that kind of are answered multiple times. If price doesn't move to reward from my entry point, the long is still valid. I think this already kind of hit where I would have wanted to mainly TP it out. I don't even want to see a reaction to this breaker anymore. I would like to see this breaker hold more. Well, Tanya is missing quite the fun, right? I think she said she's not gonna trade Monday and Tuesday. Monday was great. I feel like you just dapped it and waited for your setup. Tuesday, it was good too, good price action, but it's very difficult for me to get a trade. I feel like. Oh, I didn't see, but we tapped the 4-hour FAG here. The short reaction from it. That could be that point of interest that we were looking for. We didn't really have anything here, right? Do we have if it's even FAG here? It was tight. Nothing. It's too reaching if you look at that. Tanya's cried the last trader roundup from the stress. I don't know what happened, but it might be overwhelming for her because she has a lot of eyes watching, and that does get overwhelming for anyone, especially when you went from like kind of like nothing to like the biggest streamer on the platform. So we're starting to create the inversion and retracing for lower prices. If we displace it slow, I don't like price now. That was the only reason you tried long. I did not see that tap in the 4 hour. I was watching for it, but I think price just been moving very fast today. So this is the fractal consolidation here. This indicator from the Pro feature. It just shows now that we're kind of in that consolidation area. And just marking it out. Notice how it didn't mark it anyway here, just because it's not been consolidating. And if we're looking at this here, this just helps you identify if how we're moving. So we have like equal highs here, equal lows. We're just consolidating in a like tight box, and then we get that manipulation move outside of that box before we distribute higher. So you can kind of see this already as like that AMD type of model, or power 3, where we have accumulation, manipulation, and then we distribute through that. This is actually an indicator that I actually like having right now. I've been testing only 2 indicators for the last few days. It's that fractal consolidation and this higher time frame candles here. I've been enjoying it though. I try to keep my chart is definitely messy. I could definitely remove some of these lines. I'm always gonna keep the midnight open and the New York open at least. But I actually need to make sure I'm not overfilled with things. But yeah, what do you guys think about this fractal consolidation indicator and this power of 3 here? Is that something that you guys want to utilize and try out? I could ask the devs for a free trial or something for you guys, maybe for a week. But they've been working hard for this. You love the PO3 indicator? I'm assuming you have it already. It's pretty popular. I definitely see a lot of people use it. Maybe they'll give a discount link for us or something. For the viewers. You're friends with T degrees? I think I'm friends with the team, one of the team members, yeah. T-Trade just put out a great video on TradingView. He uses the templates to keep everything fresh or clean. Is it kind of like something above here? Is this the template you're talking about? I kind of have the same thing. Or if that's what you're saying. How I have my TradingView, I have the 1 minute, the 5, 15, hourly, 4 hour, and that's basically it. I keep the 5 minute separated from everything, so this 5 minutes is completely separate. Any markers I have here is a different template, and the 1 matches the 15 minute and the hourly, and then the 4 hour is its own template as well. That's how I do it. I actually like it's more organized for me now. But yeah, we might just run the giveaway now. I think we're entering this. Yeah, we're entering this 15-minute point of interest here, inside this breaker or unicorn, whatever you want to call it here. This is NQ though. ES has not even came close to it. So when we're in that much of a decoupled market, things get pretty tricky. Continuation breaker. Yeah, I think we're looking for long breakers now. Unless you're looking at the 15-minute, then that could be. I don't really give too much weight on this bearish breaker now because we already swept the lows. We took the sell side and we really plastered through that. So do I like price to go lower? I don't think so. I would rather see it run through this breaker. It might show some resistance in that area though. What did ICT say? When you have 2 breakers, look for scalps between them. That's kind of how when price action are like chopping back and forth in the same time frame. But if it's like we're looking at the 1 minute breaker and the 15-minute breaker, that's like two separate things. In the example, I'll say here, like if we just made like a high here, This will be that bearish breaker, and then we'll make a bullish breaker here now. So in this case, we'll just chop back and forth. This is more like kind of how I think he's representing it, where we'll have the bearish breaker, and then we'll also have the bullish breaker. And you kind of just expect price to just keep on going back and forth until one breaks. That's that two breakers I think he's referring to. Doesn't it look like a market maker buy mode in the 1 minute? That's what we were discussing. We were looking for entry off the breaker. I would love more confirmation right now before really trying to play the alongside. There's also that bearish FT on the daily. I haven't seen the daily in a minute. I've been using the 4 hour just because I trade them 1 minute more. The daily is kind of nasty though. This is interesting. We have that breaker here on ES daily. I think I saw this already, and we did retap back inside of that today. That should have been a clue too, if we retap and move from it. Let me just mark this in the daily here. I did not see that today though, because I've been just too close on 4 hour. But this makes sense to me here. Once we got closure here, this retrace back inside, closed lower, retap. Still, the daily break is still holding very, very well. I'm still kind of bearish on the higher time frame, so I think more likely until we flip on the 15 minute, I'm still gonna look for shorts. So if we get a closure above this 15 minute here, I'll be more open for longs for sure. But right now we're likely still looking for a downside here. This could just be retraced for lower prices. I just need confirmation. I do like the upside just because if we're looking at CQ short, we already swept a lot of the lows down there. Okay, I think we can do the giveaway now. What's the indicator tracking with the 4 large candle? It's called PO3 by Pro. I need a mod or someone to, maybe I'll put in the description. But just let me try this indicator more out for the next few days, and then I'll talk to the devs to see if they can give a free trial or discount or something. That was kind of a sharp low. That looks like a more of a super type of entry here for higher prices. As long as we kind of respect the 1 minute now. Okay, I think we only got like, the bot is saying we only got 50 participants so far. If you guys want to do the giveaway, you guys basically have a 2% chance right now. I'm gonna give you guys like another minute and a half. Okay, I think we're done here. Winner today is someone named GMAC. I think there's only 60 participants after that 1 minute was up. We gotta do the giveaway. All you gotta do is like the stream and type your username, your YouTube or Twitter. We ran the bot already. Congrats to GMAC, guys. GMAC, just DM me your username. Or DM me on Discord here. What's happening here? We'll likely run 2 tomorrow then. 2 for CPI. But so far, no trade setup. I'm gonna give it to like another 10-15 minutes if there's a setup possible. If not, that'll be it. We tapped the sell side of this move again. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Once again, we just tapped in that 15-minute point of interest. I'm just gonna remove this from the in the 1 minute. It's too big to get in the way. It's still bearish to me right now. Like, even though it looks like a market maker buy model, I need confirmation on the upside first. So if this wants to move lower, you can do so. Yeah, GMAC, just give me a DM on Discord or Twitter, whatever you want, and then take a screenshot of your YouTube account, or something like that, so I know it's you. That's, I think, the 44 giveaway now. We're about to hit 100 soon. I don't think there was anyone who was lucky enough to get two giveaways yet, or win twice yet. But like everyone in chat, I kind of recognize like who won a giveaway. I think Ryu got one, Invest got one, Not Ave got one. There's a lot more names. I think Millennial Monk got one. I'm just going on the top of my head to like that I know. There's some people that I'm like, did they get it? Did they not? I think DSKS got one too. Yeah, quite a lot of people got one. So I'll be surprised if anyone's calling this rigged or something when like 20% of the viewers got a giveaway winner already. Oh, you did, Millennium Monk? I think maybe I've just recognized your name more. You'll get one soon, I bet. Yeah, but CPI tomorrow. The plan with CPI, I'm gonna finish whatever evals I have left. I have a few Top Step. I have a few Apex. I'll probably get a little bit more Apex. I'm already maxed out my fund futures. If I wasn't though, if I could build more reserves, I would probably pick up some more of my fund futures right now during the sale. Yeah, but Apex and my fund futures are the two firm with good sales right now. It's basically 84% off for the 150k starter. If I did the math right. People like to see that big number off, even though it doesn't really mean much. Yeah, look at the total all-in costs and compare it there. This is a good inversion here, just because we tapped into this bullish FEG and then came back up from it, and then now we close under. So this is more of a good probability inversion here. I have a breaker from last Friday at the 11:18 candle and an FEG from today. That's a side breaker for Friday. After price hit the FEG, it dropped 20 some points. Is that it dropped 20 points? Is that my question is, can a unicorn be created from a breaker from another day in FEG side? I'm pretty sure what you're kind of mentioning is a low time frame breaker. And what happens here? Let's say even in this case here, I see this breaker here. This could be next day as well. And once we get like a move already, like we get that breaker, and we leave without it already, we hit all these key levels and take out our TP. So if I got an entry here, my TP would probably be this here, and we'll do all these type of things. And at the moment it comes back, it's likely to knife through because that's not a high probability breaker anymore. Or it already did its job. So unless you're talking about like more high time frame one, like a hourly or a 4 hour, that would be more acceptable. But on the low time frame, anything about under 5 minutes is definitely not acceptable. You need more of an updated breaker. Do you consider a higher high, higher low? Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low. A breaker structure. This is just a mitigation block here. This is still like a bearish pattern here. But notice how we didn't do a higher high for this to be a breaker. This is just a mitigation. We're still a PD array that is utilized. But it's just safer when we get a sweep because now we're going to play the other side. Yeah, just the key thing here, the 15-minute here, we're inside the 15-minute breaker. The overlapping of it is the unicorn model. So this would typically be our entry here. I'm just kind of utilizing this as our resistance here. This supports any theory of any short entry that we could have gotten. Maybe a closure under this inversion and then retap back in. That would have been an entry too. Same thing with this FEG. That would make more sense. So you're aligning with a 15-minute, even though you're bearish on the 15-minute already, because it hasn't flipped yet. We're also made a 15-minute bearish breaker here, or unicorn, whatever you want to call it, we're rejected from it. And if you can just look in these 3 candles, a lower time frame entry short, that's gonna support your bearish theory. And this is kind of something like that. I don't know. We might get something like this bearish breaker here. That'll be the double confluence that you could look for. If we do get a closure on this low, displace through it, and then retrace for a entry for displacing lower. But yeah, right now we're still bearish. It does look like a buy model just because we retraced, but like, what if we don't get confirmation? This easily just turns back down. But it looks like today there's gonna be a no trade type of day. If Dixie come back down, that'll be aligning with the indexes here. Just no setups I'm enjoying right now. I think Ash shared a ES trade setup that I wasn't here for. This happened before I started the live stream. It happened the 9:30 open, I think, or 9:37. So we hit the high time frame liquidity here. We did a push up. I think NQ had a little bit of SMT almost, and this will be that that breaker here. And there's that FEG gap, which would pertain to unicorn. And then you just look to enter inside of it. Let's say 270, put a stop above the high. This would have worked for like 50 points already. I would probably just look at for a sweep under this low, so about 7 points before I would have been fully out. That would have been the only setup today. That happened at the 9:30 open though. It's not a setup that I trade because I kind of avoid the open market volatility, but that has that the criteria for that setup. If you took that, really good. I took that trade, got out too early. As long as you target the TP, because like you don't have to get the whole 50-point move downwards. So if you risk 3 points and it hits like 6 points and you fully out, that's a well trade right there. You're gonna be streaming for CPI tomorrow? Yeah, I think I'll be on for the post 9:30, so like around like 9:40, 9:50, like usual. And then during that drop, I'll be on Discord to like kind of share any trade setups that I'm gonna do for CPI, which I kind of do for every news drop if I wake up for that time. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord, I think there's the Discord link in the description. I've been sharing my setups on Discord if you guys want to take a look. It's just gonna be something like if I'm not on live, you can see me there. But I will tell you. Last week, we didn't really get any good trades from live streams. It just so happened to do that. But once we got into the Discord, I shared some setups, and I think last week it was like 3 for 3, 4 for 4, which is pretty good because like I don't have to sit in the chart like idle waiting for the right setup. I'm just kind of like looking for what I want to see. If I see it, I'll share my the Discord, and 2 minutes later we'll get the entry and it works. And today I think I try to share the alert. I try to share this breaker entry. So I'm gonna start to post the alerts there too. Like if I'm not live or if you're not able to watch it live, you can still see the trades that I take, and hopefully it's gonna be like 8+ setups. That's the goal here. It is free for I don't know how long. Maybe it's gonna be free indefinitely, or just free for the next like 6-7 months. It just like it's just gonna be that my moment right now where like I don't want any monetary value. I just want to trade. I want to document my journey, and hopefully help some people. And then in the future, I could, who knows, I might go back into the route where I was before. But for now, I think at least the next 3-4 months, I'm just gonna be streaming for free, at the very least. Some people do get tired of free streaming. Maybe it's trolls or people that's ungrateful. I'm not at that point yet. I feel pretty fresh. But I mean, we started the week strong already. We had a big day yesterday. I don't think there was any better trade that we could took yesterday. It was like top tick shorts, 30 points immediately. If you held, like, you don't have to exit the same way I'm exiting, just because I have different criteria. I hit my max target for the day, which I can't go higher than that. And it was like $1,000 on each of my fund accounts. I think I had 8 accounts total. I have no idea. I need to look at the screenshot. But if it was 8 accounts, that was $8,000 on the day. That's 8,000 plus on the week right now. As long as I don't mess up, I should keep on going up. Maybe I'll end like 15,000 on the week for the next 3 days. Say hi to Cold Gummy Bear. Yeah, people are getting close to payout. Like, we're likely, a lot of people here are at that breaking point of a payout too. Like, Naive was $400 for a payout. He just started his free account recently, probably like a week ago, and now he's close. I'm sure there's some DMs I get from private on the Discord, like saying like, "Thank you for the trades. I got some payouts already." So like, hopefully we keep on doing it for a few months and get like hundreds of people to that payout area. But yeah, we're back in this breaker zone here. This is a strong, very strong candle. Streams has been helpful. I'm glad. Yeah, I'll talk to 2 Degrees and his team to see if like we can get like a free or something for, if you guys like this indicator, maybe we'll get a free trial somewhere. You think 0.5% win is enough for different accounts like 50K? Yeah, so instead of looking at account size, just look at a drawdown. So that way I can do the math better for you. But let's say your drawdown is 2,500 and you're saying like it's $300 or 10% is good enough. Very, very good. Wow, that's a big push. We should just be range bound. Look at the higher time frame. We took the high, we took the low, we took a stab lower. We're leaving these equal lows here. This is probably gonna get saved for CPI, maybe. But I would love to see just price get pegged somewhere between these two ranges here. We can just look at this now as our new like kind of range. Basically the range of the week. We just want to kind of see it pinned in that area. Before CPI. Before like a directional move. Do I have sound on? Looking for short. I'm not looking for anything right now. I think we're wrapped up here. Just no good trade setup, but hopefully that commentary helps in some case. We tried a long down here. This would have been a very nice long if we would have got filled, because we never went back to this low. But yeah, my closing note is just to look for a price to just be kind of choppy from here. I don't think it's gonna. It potentially could move to the buy side now, but I don't really think it moves back down so low. I really think it just kind of hover around the midnight open or the equilibrium around these two areas for the rest of the day. Yeah, I'll be on Discord. Is my voice not working? Yeah, my voice is still working. Looks like I'll be on Discord for PM. If there's any setups, I'll alert it or I'll post in the chat, whatever comes first. But if the price action is bad, like when I'm looking at 1:32 p.m., if it's already choppy, I'm just not gonna trade it. And we'll just wait for CPI, which is definitely more suitable. All right, my closing note right now is pick up some Apex accounts. And if you haven't already, take a look at the discount code or the My Fund Futures sale. It's a very good sale. We're gonna run that real quick. I think I still like the 50K more. It's just a cheaper all-in cost. If you pass it, $50 for the eval, $50 for activation fee, $100 total. You could do a lot with that account. You get paid like $500, $1,000 each bi-weekly if you do it right. Either that, if you want more wiggle room and more scaling, go for the 150K. This is $200 all-in cost. Still very, very cheap. And this is a one-time payment too. So I do like this deal. It lasts all month. So if you want to try to pass it quickly, it's very easy to do that CPI if you can just get lucky with it. That's how I like to run evals. And then when I do the funded, I really take it seriously and take it slow. So it's up to you if you want to trade it slow or just try to use news volatility to run it. It is a problem passing them, but if you get the right trade for CPI, let's say you just play it short and it dumps 100 points, you pass in like 2 seconds, which is kind of funny. And it's good because the eval cost for the 100K is only $50, so the cost is much lower. Is Apex a better deal than My Fund Futures? I think My Fund Futures overall is a better deal, but Apex has that scaling ability. 20 days or 20 scaling fund accounts. So I'm definitely getting some more Apex for the CPI tomorrow, and then we'll like to trade that tomorrow. I would much appreciate it if you guys use the discount code SMART. I'll just type that out. Use code SMART. If this works for both My Fund Futures and Apex, it gives you the best discount. That's just my close out there. In my opinion, My Fund Futures is better currently with the better DD rules. Yeah, it has better payout policies and it has end of day drawdown versus the intraday drawdown. And it's one-time payment too, so the all-in cost is better for My Fund Futures for sure. What is the activation for Apex? I think the 50K activation fee, the one-time payment is like about 160. So it's very similar to My Fund Futures if it's the 150K. What's your Discord channel? It should be in the description, guys. Everything should be in the description. for the discount, for the promo, and for the Discord. And stay tuned tomorrow. We'll like to trade CPI. I'll share any setups I'll take for CPI for my eval or post eval. We'll see. Yeah, much appreciated, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.